I said it, so let's do it. Here we go. Hello everyone, Joe here from Scruffy Arms. So today I am going to take my Ruger American Ranch in 7.62 by 39 out to the range and get it zeroed with a red dot. Now, I did a video a little bit ago talking about red dots on bolt guns where the numbers don't lie, and I got some really good feedback on that. Actually, funny enough, a couple people from Europe messaged me and said, hey, that's what we do here. In a lot of the places that we hunt, you don't need anything more than that. And I would tend to agree. So we are now putting red dots on shotguns, and the principle is a lot the same. So one of the ones that makes absolute sense to me is my 7.62 by 39. That is the rifle that my kiddos use to hunt with. So we really don't need a lot of magnification, and when you are working with kids learning how to shoot, you don't want to have a lot of complicated things. You want to keep it as simple as possible. So a bolt action rifle, check. In a chassis system that's going to be mounted to a tripod, check. And a red dot that we don't have to worry about magnification, check. And ranges that we don't have to reach out and touch someone, check. So, ooh, that light sucks. Here we go. So what I'm doing today is we are gonna go out to the range. We are gonna get this zeroed at 25 yards and 50 yards. The place that I am taking my son to hunt with this year, we're gonna be hunting out of a blind during the youth hunt. The farthest shot is 100 yards. And you can shoot 100 yards with a red dot. It is not the most accurate thing in the world past 50 yards, but you can go to 100 yards with it, hold over, and be perfectly fine. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get everything zeroed today. It is in the 30s. Right now it's about 35 degrees. We'll see if the GoPro can handle that temperature. If it can't, I'll just switch over to recording with my phone so you guys can see what's going on here. So I'm gonna get everything set up at the range. I don't know how busy the range is gonna be today, but we'll get everything set up. I've got, again, the Ruger American Ranch rifle. It's the Gen 1. I don't have a Gen 2 yet. And we'll see how this thing does today. So next time you see me, I'll have everything set up at the range, at the 25-yard range. We'll go through how we get on paper there. Then we'll go to the 50-yard range and get zeroed. So see you in a minute. All right, guys, here we are. We're set up at the 25-yard range. So I already did the laser bore sight. We got everything lined up. So this is my Ruger American Ranch in 7.62 by 39 Gen 1. Really, the only thing is the barreled action of this. We have a Sharp Brothers Heat Seeker chassis on here, an Ergo Grips vertical grip, and a Magpul just standard collapsible stock. We have a Yankee Hill Resonator K on the end, and we have the Magpul M-Lock bipod. So the only thing that is stock with this is the barreled action. And right now I have a Pinty red dot on here. This is probably the cheapest red dot that you can buy. They sent this to me to review just for transparency, and it did fine on my AR, did fine on my 22, did, you know, and just worked. So I'm going to try it here on the 7.62 by 39, just as kind of an entry level one. If this gets broken, I don't care. It's not very expensive to replace, while I look at the type of red dot I would like to put on here for my son. There's a lot of different options, so we're going to try this one today. But yeah, and we're using Winchester Deer Season XP 7.62 by 39, 123 grain. This stuff grouped really well out of this, so I actually have a lot of ammo of this as well. So we're going to get on paper here. We want to get as close as we can. Then we're going to go to 50 yards. The difference between 25 and 50 yards with this isn't that big of a deal. The difference between 50 and 100 yards is a big deal. So we're going to get this on paper here at 25. Then we'll go over to the 50-yard range. Then we'll get zero to shoot for groups there. So let me get this loaded up. I have not shot this suppressed yet. So all kinds of fun stuff happening here for the first time on the good old Ruger American Ranch. I love shooting this gun, by the way. It is super, super easy on the recoil. Let's go down to 8. There we go. And just pleasant. All right, stand right up. All right, let me check my spotting scope, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, let's load up another one. We'll send it down. Let's see where we're at. That one looks good. I'm gonna get all this moved over to the 50-yard range, and we'll give it a shot. All right, guys, we're set up here at the 50-yard range. A little bit different setup. This is a very much bench style. Sit on your booty. I'm gonna have to raise this chair up, if it still will. There we go. Okay. Whew. All right. Let's get a good sight picture here. See if I can get all. Okay. Now remember, 0 magnification on this red dot. Kind of looks like 8 is the sweet spot here. So, all right. I have a spotting scope set up in the station next to me so I can adjust off of here. Let's see how close we are. All right, I'm gonna go check that. Made an adjustment. Let's send another one down and see where we're at. Just to verify here, and then we'll make some final adjustments. We may have moved too far to the left. All right, we're gonna load up 3. We're gonna send a 3-shot group. You know what? So these first 3 are gonna be Winchester Deer Season XP. The next 3 are going to be Hornady Black. I've only got 3 rounds of the Hornady Black, so I'm shooting up all of my 7.62 ammo today. And the reason I'm doing that is because we are gonna start reloading all of our ammo. So I don't think I need to tell people about the rising cost of ammunition and what's going on. So I'm going to shoot all this up, save the brass. I did get some primers. I have the reloading dies. Just waiting on my powder and bullets to get in, and we're gonna reload. But that's for a different video. Let's go ahead and shoot some groups. We got 6 rounds here. So you know what? We're just gonna hold center and see what we get. Oh, there you go. Come back right up. We're losing the red dot in the dust. There we go. Oh. If you guys haven't heard me say before, this rifle is so much fun to shoot. If you don't have a 7.62 by 39 or a 223 or one of these light recoiling ones, they're just fun to shoot. I mean, I really can't say more than that about it. There's no recoil. It's a 30 cal, so you're still getting a lot of power. And the ammunition, if you don't reload, is still extremely economical. This is just fun to shoot. So, guys, I'm going to go pull the target. We'll look at it, we'll talk about it, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's talk about what we saw. So one thing I learned was really important today. This red dot cannot handle the recoil of this rifle. So it shot on my AR just fine. Shot on the 22 just fine. When we bumped it up to this, keeping the 0 didn't happen. And let's talk about that. So this was my first shot. Okay, right here. You can see the light shining through. First shot. Then we had our second shot, third shot when I went to verify. So I made an adjustment that should have brought me here, brought me here. Okay, that's fine. I made one adjustment to bring it back here, and then everything was over here. So it went 1, 2, and 1 off the page. That was the Hornady Black, and then the Winchester Deer Season was 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. That's 3 shots in that hole. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're all right here. That's not bad. 6 shots in just over an inch group with a red dot at 50 yards. I mean, that's good. It just needs to be this way. So what that tells me is, yes, red dot on a bolt action rifle is perfectly acceptable. Make sure that you get a red dot that can handle the recoil of this type of system. I have another red dot that I'll put on here. I have a Vortex Venom red dot that I'll put on that will probably do significantly better. I'll load up some ammo for this. We'll bring it out. I have to do some load development anyways. So what we'll do is we'll switch out the red dot. I'll load up some ammo. We'll come back out and we'll get a real 0, because this type of group, even though it's not what it should be, this type of group here is extremely encouraging to me. Now, I am a seasoned shooter. I shoot a lot. I am a hunter. I'm able to do that. What I'm looking for out of my son is I have a big 8-inch red circle. We're going to put a dot in the middle of it. He's going to aim for the middle, and we're going to shoot. And what I'm looking for is all of his shots to be inside that 8-inch circle. You may ask, well, why do you want it inside that 8-inch circle? Deer have a hitbox of between 6 and 8 inches. I'm going to start at 8 inches to get his confidence level up. We're going to go to 6 inches, and then we're going to go down to 3 inches. So I'm going to go 8, 6, 3. And so I've got a target that has a 3-inch diamond on it that we are going to be our final practice on for him. So, guys, a lot of fun to shoot this today. I love shooting this rifle. It is just so much fun to shoot. I'm sure you guys can see by the look on my face. Putting a red dot on a bolt-action rifle, especially for this type of application. If you've got a 30-30, a 350 Legend, a 450 Legend, or 450 Bushmaster, the 360 Buckhammer, any of those that just aren't long range anyways, don't tempt yourself by putting on a high-power scope. An LPVO would be perfectly fine, but also a red dot. If you're not looking to reach out and touch something, I mean, that's extremely encouraging. Out of a, I think these are $20 red dots. So out of a $20 red dot, we were able to get that type of group. This rifle with a high power optic is able to get 3/4 MOA groups with factory ammo. I'm going to hand load this. We're going to see how tight we can get those groups with a red dot. Next time we'll have the Vortex Venom red dot on here. This Pinty red dot is not designed for this heavy of a recoil. But I think we answered the question today, guys. Are red dots good for bolt action rifles? I would say yes. Yes, they are. But make sure you get a good quality red dot to put on there. And if you want a little bit more magnification, they make magnifiers for red dots. So that is an option. But if you're going to do that, you might as well get an LPVO. I think red dot on a bolt action rifle for in the woods hunting with trees, you're not shooting more than 50, 75 yards, This is perfect. Guys, I hope you like what you're seeing. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. We have so much more stuff coming. I am so excited. Next video, we're probably going to talk about the build that I'm going to do for Scruffy Arms #1. All right, until next time, as I always say, stay blessed.